Actually, the kickoff of my career. Let's see here. Are we talking about writing or the music or? Okay, let's.
All of it.
Okay, well,
What came first, the writing or the music?
wow. I didn't know how to play guitar actually until I was like 20 years old.
Mm-hmm.
Late start.
Mm-hmm.
I started writing when I was actually I. My mom thought it was kind of strange. I was writing at like 5 years old. Four and
Mm-hmm.
five, I was writing. 6, 7, I
Right.
had cursive down.
Oh, okay.
Uh, when I moved from West Virginia, they say West Virginia is a kind of a silly state, and I moved from West Virginia to Ohio. My second grade year of school, I was like a whole grade ahead of them as well. Um,
Mm-hmm.
so I guess writing, I started entering these writing competitions, and
Oh, wow.
it was like the Young Authors
That
Awards and
early,
all
huh?
that. Oh yeah, I mean they were in school, and I figured, I didn't really want to work, and writers seemed really cool. I like to read, and they didn't seem like they did a lot of work, so I
Mm-hmm.
was just gonna become a writer. Thing is, I never really liked to write that much in the very beginning. I used to write these like little stories or whatever they were, but I would always make it to where it would stop at the end of one page.
Why is that?
I don't know. I didn't want to write anymore, and what it did, I think, looking back, it taught me how to pace myself with flow,
Mm-hmm.
syllables, and where I would have to see the ending and I had to wrap it up quick. I had to bring it all together. I didn't like to write. I just didn't. But I was good at it. I started running
Mm-hmm.
these young authors. You get like a couple days off of school when you won these things. Go to the local college, take a calligraphy course,
Mm-hmm.
or an English course here and there. And by the time I was, oh heck, I started entering those things when I was like 10.
Mm-hmm.
And all across the Middle Ohio Valley, I went to all these different championships and everything. By 14, 15, I just had enough of it. It's gonna
Oh,
sound
okay.
pretentious. I just kept winning them, and the thing that I thought was gonna make me cool, actually
Mm-hmm.
just maybe not cool because I just when you're really good at something and you're a kid, well, it just sucks.
Okay. All right.
Uh,
So let's move on a little
this is
bit.
good tea, by the way. Who made this? Did you make?
Yes, I did.
Was that Lipton?
No, it's Tatley.
You ever had real brisk tea?
It's Tatley tea. I like it better. I think it's got more flavor.
Oh,
Anyway, let's move on. So, where are you from?
where am I from?
Mm-hmm. Where'd you grow up?
Places unknown. I grew up. Actually, I was born in Howell, Michigan. I was
Okay.
born on a layover. My father and my birth mother were flying from Buffalo to Toledo. Uh, my father actually lived in Howell, Michigan. I'm not
Mm-hmm.
sure what happened where. See, I don't get a lot of stories from my past because my birth mother had some issues, but I
Mm-hmm.
guess they were flying and I guess they had to land earlier or they landed somewhere near Howell. I'm not even sure where the airport is. I was born in Howell Medical uh, Facility or something like that.
Mm-hmm.
It's in Livingston County. From there, we lived a little bit in Howell, uh, Swanton, Toledo.
Mm-hmm.
My dad was in the aluminum business. We moved around a lot. I went down to Ravenswood, West Virginia. I lived down there for a while. Where I started school, and we went to Marietta because my father came home one day, and I remember I was in first grade, and he brought us all
Uh-huh.
around the table, and he said he lost his job,
Oh,
and it crushed my father. It really did, and we had
I bet
to.
it did.
My dad didn't know what to do. My dad happened to have bought some property when he was younger, up
Mm-hmm.
in Ohio, up in a holler.
Mm-hmm.
He saved money. He got that property, and we moved a trailer up in there, and
Okay.
started raising some goats, and we did lawn care as a family.
Huh.
Uh, and moving to a new area where your dad's unemployed, and you live in a trailer up in a holler, and you raise goats. It was more. I'm not. It wasn't all that bad, but yeah, I
Right.
had 3 acres I could run around the whole time. I'd like to think that was like solidity of my childhood. I was up there in Mile Run Hollers, what they called it. I had an
Mm-hmm.
uncle that lived up the road, Uncle Wayne, and he taught me the first few chords on guitar, and
Uh-huh.
he's awesome. They called him the shit slinger of Mile Run. I didn't get that till later.
Oh, and
Um,
what is that in a reference to? What does that
I guess
mean?
he can speak a line of shit. He's a hell of a liar, a shit
Oh,
slinger. Yeah, he can also
okay.
play a hell of a guitar too. He taught me how to play the old hillbilly bluegrass. See, we used to have these pig roasts and everything. My grandmother's birthday was July 4th,
Oh,
and
okay.
my aunts and uncles get together, roast a
Independence
pig.
Day.
Yeah, Independence Day, yeah, get together and play bluegrass. And I remember Buck Owens and everybody on Hee Haw. Actually, I went to church here in Charlotte, and Roy Clark Jr. was there. And he was actually there because his son had passed on recently. True story. And I'm sitting there with a woman that I know, and she's like, "Hey, that's Roy Clark Jr." And I'm like, "From Hee Haw." She's like, "Yeah, it was his dad." And I said, "Crap, what's he doing here?" And she's like, "Well, his son just died." And I well, shit, man, I don't want to go up to the guy when his son just died and say, "Hey, I'm a big fan," but I did anyway after church. And I guess he lives up there in Parkersburg, I believe. But after that, I lived I mean, I got out of school. I dropped out of high school 2 weeks before graduation. I went on tour with the Grateful Dead. I went out to L.A. Let's see here. I went to San Francisco. I did these places just because I wanted to. You know, I wanted to go to Greenwich Village because that's where Jack Kerouac and the Beatniks hung out. And I don't know why. I went to Washington Square and I played chess there. Why? Because people do it in the movies. You know, and I went and I saw the towers where they fell. I don't know if that's important or not, but yeah, I went to the Haight-Ashbury where the Grateful Dead hung out and Jefferson Airplane. Why? So I could say I was there. I remember there's an old Eagles song. I was standing on a corner in Winslow, Arizona. I went through Winslow, and son of a bitch, I got out, and I had my buddy take a picture of me standing on the corner. So I could just say I was on no girl in a flatbed Ford. I lived in Little Rock, Arkansas, all these different places. Why? I was a deadbeat dad for a long period of time, and I guess when I was doing this traveling and trying to do charity work and working here and there, I was trying to make up for this big hole in my heart. Woe is me. But my daughter would actually laugh at that right now and tell her, yeah, that's the experience was probably best for both of us. And my hesitance in my voice says I don't believe her. But yeah, I'd say that I was mainly raised in Marietta, Ohio.
Okay. I'm sorry. I have a bit of a family emergency that I need to address real quick, and then we'll continue with this interview if you don't mind.
Family first.